we're in a tough spot here. And I have to ask your help, Joe. It's not for me, it's for those kids out there. Now, they're very emotional. They're all jacked up. You have to send them home.
I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die.
On this point about young men, though, you say we're past the persuasion stage. I wish that were true. On the doors in Philadelphia, on the doors in Detroit, people are still in the fight to persuade young black men to come out. And the actual message that's working on the doors is Kamala Harris wants to lift you up, Donald Trump wants to lock you up. Kamala Harris has plans to get you a job, to get you help with housing, get you help with your next kid. Donald Trump wants to get stop and frisk back in place to put you in jail. He wants blanket immunity for cops to make sure that you can get beat up and nothing can be done about it. Kamala Harris wants to lift you up. Donald Trump wants to lock you up. Now, we've just discovered that is a breakthrough message in the past 72 hours.
To you black men who your fragile ego couldn't take a black woman in office, so you either voted for Trump or you didn't vote at all, the police will now have carte blanche to murder you right where the you stand. And when they do that, there's not going to be no GoFundMes. Don't ask your family to ask us for just die. They can't afford to bury you. Dig a hole in their backyard. It is what the it is. But don't expect sympathy. Don't expect protest in the streets. We're not doing that. Black women, we're done with. We're done. We did our due diligence for this century and the next. We've done enough. We're not doing anymore.
Right now in 2024, we have nothing to prove. I have nothing to prove. I don't have to prove to anybody how evolved I am. I don't have to prove to anybody, or you don't have to prove anybody how civilized you are, or how much you respect civil society, or how you respect democracy, or how you respect the Constitution, or how you respect the rights of others. You don't have to prove that to anybody. I don't have to prove that to anybody. We've paid our dues. The black male, the black man in the United States politically has paid his dues.
I know that many people are going to have a variety of reactions to the outcome of the election, and rightly so. Everyone is entitled to their own reaction. But one thing that I think is very important about this particular moment is that there is a wide variety of people that are relearning or hearing for the first time how they should interact or approach black men. In a way, you should approach black men with respect.
Respect is earned. Respect is never given. It's better to be respected than liked. The hell with being liked. So the day when we step on the football field, let's not be like today.
In this election, we had a chance to notice some very clear things about the black male experience in America specifically. We learned, of course, that people do not know how to talk to black men. And this was illustrated no better than when Barack Obama made the decision to basically lambast black men into saying there's no other choice for you to vote for, and this is the way you're supposed to act because I'm telling you to do it this way. Of course, he probably was shocked by the backlash, but there were many people who said that, well, it's not necessarily your place to talk like that. But as you heard earlier in this video, there are some people who have felt carte blanche to speak about and to black men in any way that they deem fit. But what is happening now is that black men are realizing that if you put some value on your position in all of this, then people have to approach you differently. In effect, what black men have learned and are learning is how to value ourselves and teach people how to approach us and deal with us. Or should I say, how to respect us.
You teach people how to treat you. Ladies, stop waiting and settling for breadcrumbs and having inappropriate behavior. Respect is the #1 characteristic you should look for in a partner. You need to have respect for yourself and expect that respect from another. When you begin to respect yourself, hold yourself up here to these standards, and speak your truth and not put up with this nonsense, you will be more respected. Remember, you teach people how to treat you.
I think a very interesting thing that came out of this election is that there are some people that are starting to get it. They're starting to understand that we can't do the same play that we've always ran before. And if we don't change the way that we approach black men, we're going to lose them. And this starts at the top of the list with none other than Joy Reid herself.
This is the sort of world that wants to say that black men are just realigning and they're all going to run to Donald Trump. There is literally no difference in the exit polls. A 1-point difference is not I actually like to put this narrative to bed, maybe forever. One place there's not going to be realignment, black men. Every 4 years, I go through the ritual of having to talk down, this is the sort of world that wants to say that black men are just realigning and they're all going to run to Donald Trump. There is literally no difference in the exit polls.
We are the reason why Barack Obama became the first black president of the United States of America. We are the ones. We made Barack Obama. We are responsible for the fact that this woman is running for the presidency of the United States. We are responsible for that. If it were not for us and our contributions, this woman would not be considered. She would not be considered the nominee, the Democratic nominee for president of the United States. She would not be on the ballot for November 5th if it were not for black men. This woman could not exist without black men.
If you pay attention to social media the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a chorus of people pointing the finger specifically at black men and saying, you are the reason why we didn't, quote unquote, win this election. And that's kind of par for the course, and it's something that until recently hasn't been a really big deal because it's just something that's been a norm, that some people, including Barack Obama, can point the finger and say, you guys are supposed to step up and do X, Y, and Z. But this time he felt a backlash that probably he didn't suspect. And it is a growing issue in that now black men, a growing number of us in anyways, are saying, if you want to engage us in the political process, 1, you need to come to us with respect. And 2, you need to come to us with something that's in it for us besides, this is the way you're supposed to vote because we told you to. It is a departure from what we've normally seen, and a lot of people are learning for the first time, if you're going to engage black men in the political process, you need to do so with some respect, because quite frankly, black men can stay black and die.
So we have absolutely nothing to prove to anybody. I have absolutely nothing to prove. I don't have to prove to you how invested I am in humanity. I don't have to prove anything. I don't got to prove to nobody that I'm not a misogynist or I'm not a sexist or whatever. I got to prove that. We don't have to prove that to anybody. It is nonsense. I have to prove my worth or my value to anybody. I'm some good American citizen. This is nonsense. We have nothing to prove, brothers. We have absolutely nothing to prove.
Black men are the only demographic in America who get bullied, shamed, and vilified for our electoral decisions. It's very interesting watching this new time now where people have to reckon with the fact that black male votes are not just something that come automatically anymore, that black men have realized a certain electoral power in that if you are willing to bargain with us and give us something that we're willing to vote for, we will show up to vote for you. And if you don't give us anything, we can pull a Morgan Freeman and lean on me and do nothing, or vote third party, or vote a party that traditionally we haven't voted in the duration of my lifetime. What's happening now is a political shift, and thanks to great men like Dr. Ronald Neal and Dr. Tiasan Johnson and Green Gorilla and even BGS Ibmore, who have given a vocabulary for us to express our political desires, now we are in a new time and a new political era. With this, I say for my gentlemen who are experiencing respect for the first time, respect is something that we earn, not just by making our wishes and desires known, but becoming people that are valuable. And when we become valuable, people come hat in hand with something that they want from us. And I'll say this in closing. Let's not get too excited about the results of this election. Instead, focus on how we can make ourselves even more valuable so that the next time people come to us wanting something from us, including our political participation or even more, we are people of value. And when they come to us, they know that they are coming to someone that has value, and thus they will respect us accordingly. Take this time after the election to focus on your skills and what's going to make you a better, more marketable person in this new changing economy. So in the 4 years they come to us the next time, not only will they come hat in hand, but we'll be able to call some shots. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. Catch you in the next video. Take care.